Hello, I'm Elena. I want you to picture a scene. A couple is sitting on the couch after a long day. The TV is off, but there's no conversation. They're both scrolling on their phones, existing in the same room, but living in completely different worlds. Maybe this scene feels familiar. Maybe for you, it's the silence at the dinner table, or the feeling of turning your back to your partner in bed, a physical sign of the emotional canyon between you. This is emotional disconnection. It's a quiet, creeping loneliness that can settle into a relationship and make you feel more alone than when you were single. Many of the people I work with describe it as the most painful part of their relationship struggles. They tell me, Elena, I love them, but I don't feel in love anymore. We feel like roommates. If you are feeling this way, please hear me. You are not alone and your relationship is not necessarily broken. The drift is common, but it requires a conscious effort to correct. In this video, we are going to walk through a practical, step-by-step guide to rebuilding that bridge. We'll explore why this drift happens, and I'll give you 5 concrete pillars you can start building on today to find your way back to each other. And stay with me, because later, I'll reveal the single most overlooked habit that quietly destroys connection for millions of development. Part 1, Understanding the Drift. First, it's crucial to understand that emotional disconnection rarely happens overnight. It isn't a single event. It's a slow, subtle drift caused by 1,000 small, unintentional neglects. Think of your relationship as a garden. In the beginning, you're excited, you water it, you pull the weeds, you give it sunlight. But over time, life gets busy. Stress from work, financial worries, the demands of children. Each one is like a day you forget to water the garden. Individually, these neglects seem small, but over months and years, the garden begins to wither. This is what happens to our connection. We get caught in the routine of life and we stop tending to the relationship. We replace curiosity with assumptions. We replace intimate conversations with logistical planning. And we stop making those small bids for connection, which we'll talk about in a moment. The first step to fixing this is to have compassion for yourselves. You didn't get here on purpose. You drifted. And just as you drifted apart, you can intentionally drift back together. Development Part 2, the 5 pillars of reconnection. So, how do we do that? We focus on 5 key pillars. Pillar 1, break the routine with intentional micro moments. When couples feel distant, the common advice is go on a date night. And while that's wonderful, it can feel like immense pressure when you're already disconnected. The conversation can feel forced, and the expectations are too high. Instead, I want you to start smaller. I want you to introduce micro moments of connection into your daily life. This could be a 10-minute walk together after dinner with a strict no phones rule. It could be having your morning coffee together for 15 minutes before the chaos of the day begins, and actually looking at each other. The goal isn't a grand romantic gesture. The goal is to create small, consistent pockets of time where you are both present and focused only on each other. It's about choosing to turn towards your partner, even for just a few minutes. That consistency is far more powerful than a once-a-month dinner. Pillar 2, revolutionize your communication by learning to speak bids. Dr. John Gottman, a leading researcher on relationships, has a concept called bids for connection. A bid is any attempt from one partner to another for attention, affirmation, or affection. It can be as simple as saying, "Wow, look at that beautiful sunset," or "I had such a stressful day." In that moment, the other partner has a choice. They can turn towards the bid or turn away. Turning towards might be, "Wow, that is beautiful. Thanks for showing me." Or, "I'm sorry to hear that. Tell me about it." Turning away is ignoring the comment, or giving a minimal response like, while continuing to scroll on your phone. Every time you turn away from a bid, you are putting a tiny paper cut on the connection. One paper cut is nothing, but hundreds of them, over years, it leads to deep wounds. Start noticing the bids your partner makes, and start making more of your own. When you turn towards their bid, you are sending a powerful message. You matter to me. What you think and feel is important. Pillar 3, reintroduce gentle, non-sexual physical touch. When emotional intimacy fades, physical intimacy is often the first thing to go. But I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about the everyday touch that keeps couples bonded, holding hands while you watch TV, a hand on their back as you pass them in the kitchen, a lingering hug. Science tells us that a hug lasting at least 6 seconds can release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which lowers stress and increases feelings of trust and connection. I want you to try this. Once a day, give your partner a real, intentional 6-second hug. No patting on the back, just a full, calm embrace. It can feel awkward at first if you're out of the habit, but it is one of the fastest ways to physically remind your bodies that you are a team, that you are safe with each other. Pillar 4. Become actively curious again. Remember when you were first dating, you wanted to know everything about them, their dreams, their fears, their favorite childhood memory. After years together, we think we know everything. This is an illusion. Your partner is constantly evolving, changing, and growing. You need to become a student of your partner again. Ask questions you haven't asked in years. Here are a few you can try. What's something you're proud of lately that you haven't mentioned? Or is there a dream you've put on hold that you've been thinking about again? Or even, what is one thing I could do this week that would make you feel more loved? Asking these questions shows that you don't take them for granted. It shows that you still see them as a fascinating, complex individual worth exploring. Pillar 5. Create a small shared future. When you're disconnected, you often feel like you're on two separate paths, just walking in the same direction. To reconnect, you need to start creating a shared path again. This doesn't mean you need to plan a trip around the world. It means creating small things to look forward to together. Sit down and plan a weekend getaway 3 months from now. Decide to learn a new skill together, like cooking a specific type of cuisine by watching YouTube tutorials. Plan a home project like painting a room or planting a garden. When you have a shared goal, it forces you to communicate, collaborate, and act as a team. It gives you a we and an us to focus on, pulling you out of your individual worlds and onto the same page. Development Part 3: The Habit That Destroys Connection. Now, what about that overlooked habit I mentioned at the beginning? It's the unequal distribution of what's called the mental load. The mental load is the invisible work of managing a household and a family. It's not just doing the chores. It's the remembering to do them. It's remembering the dentist appointments, knowing when the bills are due, planning the meals, noticing when the toothpaste is running low. In many relationships, this falls disproportionately on one partner. When one person carries the entire mental load, they begin to feel less like a partner and more like a project manager, and this breeds resentment. Resentment is the poison of connection. It's impossible to feel close and intimate with someone when you secretly resent them for not pulling their weight. Addressing this imbalance by making the invisible work visible, having open conversations about it, and truly sharing the responsibilities is fundamental to clearing the air so connection can grow again. Reconnecting is not a quick fix. It's a choice you make every single day. It's choosing to put your phone down. It's choosing to turn towards their bid. It's choosing a 6-second hug over a quick pat. It's choosing curiosity over assumption. Start with one pillar, just one. Master it. Then add another. Be patient with yourself and with your partner. You are unlearning years of habits and building new ones. But know this: the connection you crave is possible. The love you have is the foundation, and now you have the tools to build upon it once more. If this guide was helpful, please consider subscribing to this channel for more weekly advice on building stronger relationships. The greatest compliment you can give is to share this video with a friend or loved one who you think might benefit from it. And I would love to hear from you. In the comments below, let me know which of the 5 pillars you are going to try to implement this week. Thank you for spending this time with me. Be kind to each other.